First of all, good afternoon everybody. In the previous lecture we already told that and discussed on the topic of different types of bond, that is the ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. So today the new topic, that is the characteristic of characteristics of ionic bond, ionic compound or ionic compound or electrovalent compound. Electrovalent compound. Okay. So in the previous lecture we already different types of ionic bond, that is the ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. So what is meant by ionic bond? Force of attraction between the opposite charge, that is the one species is cation and the other species will be anion, and the one species will be positively charged and the other species will be negatively charged. So this is the main definition of the ionic bond. So today the new topic, that is the characteristic of the ionic compound, or it is also called the electrovalent compound. Ionic bond is also called the electrovalent bond. So today is the characteristic. What is the different characteristic of the ionic compound? The first is the nature. This is the most important characteristic of the ionic compound. Second is the boiling point and melting point. Boiling point and melting point. The third one is the electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity. The fourth one is the solubility. Fifth is the ionization in solutions. Ionization in solution. And the sixth is the non-directional. Non-directional. And the last one is that is here. The last one is in chemical reactions, the effect of in the chemical reaction, the effect of state. Okay. So this is the main characteristic of the ionic compound or the electrovalent compound also called. So this is the main characteristic, that is the first is the nature of that particular ionic compound. The second one is the boiling point and the melting point. What is the effect of the boiling point and melting point of that particular ionic compound? So third one is the electrical conductivity. Fourth one is the solubility. Fifth one is the ionization in solution. What is meant by ionization process and what is the main definition of the ionization process? Sixth one is the non-directional. Why it is called as non-directional, and it is also it cannot exhibit the isomerism phenomenon. So seventh is the chemical reaction. What is the state? That is what is the effect of the solid state of the chemical reaction, and what is the when the NaCl is dissolved in the molten state, that is this is converted into molten state. What is the effect of the molten state on that particular chemical reaction? So this is the main properties or characteristic of the ionic compound. So first is the nature. So first is the nature. What is the effect of nature? Okay, see. The main characteristic of the ionic compound is the nature. It is ordinary in the solid state. वो हमेशा solid state में रहेगा. But in the molten state, what is the effect of the temperature and what is the effect when it dissolves in the NaCl? Or what when it is dissolved in any organic compound or any organic, that is for example the ordinary solvent, that is the water. Okay, the nature means it is ordinary in the solid state. periodic arrangement of atoms. Okay, so this is Na positive, Cl negative, Na positive, Cl negative. Here Na positive, Cl negative, Na positive. That is random length. Cl negative, Na positive, and Cl negative. So this is all the order, that is the for example the NaCl. Okay, हम लोग NaCl के example ले रहे हैं. When the ionization is occur, Na plus and Cl minus is ions is produced in the ionization process. But when the Na plus and Cl minus these cations and anions arrange in a periodic arrangement, this whole process is called as the crystal lattice. Okay, this is called as the crystal lattice. This is crystal lattice. It means that the nature of the ionic compound, it is always in the solid state and it exhibits the phenomenon of crystallization. That is these solids, that is the NaCl. For example, when the ionization is occur, Na plus and Cl minus is produced. One species is the cation, another species is the Cl negative, that is the anion. But these cations and anion both species are arranged in a periodic arrangement, and this whole phenomenon is called as the crystal lattice. It means that it exhibits the phenomenon of the crystallization of the crystal lattice. So this is the main characteristic of the or the nature of the ionic compound. The second one is the boiling point and the melting point. Here, boiling point and the melting point. What is the boiling point and the melting point? Okay, what is the effect of the temperature on the NaCl? See here, when the there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the NaCl, that is the Na plus and Cl negative in oppositely charged ion. NaCl. For example, NaCl after ionization, Na plus and Cl negative, but here is a strong electrostatic force of attraction. Strong electrostatic force of attraction. Strong electrostatic force of attraction, and that's why there is a very large amount of heat is required for the breaking of this bond. You know, in the NaCl, Na and Cl, there is a force of attraction is very strong, and that's why, and that is the behind this main reason that there is a very large amount of heat is required for breaking this bond. Very large amount of heat is required for this bond, and that's why there is the boiling point and the melting point of that particular ionic compound is very high. This is the main reason, because the very strong electrostatic force of attraction between this Na and Cl, and that's why there is a large amount of heat is required to break this particular bond in NaCl, and that's why the boiling point and the melting point of the particular NaCl is very high. So this is the main characteristic of the ionic compound. So third one is the electrical conductivity. So what is the effect of electrical conductivity? Here, in the first solution, this. Okay, in this the NaCl is added. Okay, this is NaCl. Solid, in solid state. This is also NaCl, but in molten state or liquid state. Okay, so we see that electrical conductivity is here. In the two beaker, there is a first solution in the NaCl, but it is the state is very solid. Okay, this state is solid. NaCl is filled in this beaker, and in another beaker we take that NaCl, but in molten state. So what is the effect of the Na plus is free from these ions or cations and anions are free from one place to another place, and they are randomly movable. So that's why the electrical conductivity in the molten state is increases, and in case of molten state electrical conductivity is very high in case of ionic compound, and in case of NaCl, that is the solid state, electrical conductivity very less, that is negligible, because the NaCl, that is the cations and anions of force, so there is strong force of attraction, and that this cation and anion cannot move from another, that is because they are compactly arranged. But in case of molten state, these cations and anions are flew from one to another place, and randomly they are freely movable, and that's why the electrical conductivity in the molten state of the NaCl is the very high. So this is the main characteristic of the NaCl or the ionic compound. So next is the solubility. What is in the solubility? See, this is the most important characteristic of the ionic compound. What is meant by solubility? You know, in the water, the solubility in the water of the ionic compound is very easily. They dissolve very easily in the ionic, that is in the water. But in case of organic solvent, the ionic compound is very insoluble. See, soluble in water. Okay, we can say H2O, but insoluble in organic solvent. So what is the name of organic solvent? Organic solvent is one of the polymer, aniline, you know, any organic solvent we can use. Okay, but in this the organic solvent, the NaCl is insoluble or very negligible in amount. They are soluble. That is, it is insoluble in organic solvent. Okay, but it is soluble in water. The main reason behind this because the water is a polar molecule. It means that the H2O after ionization, what happened? H plus and OH negative. Okay, these two ions, that is H hydrogen cations and OH negative hydroxide. Hydrogen ion and the hydroxide ion, both ions are the present after the ionization of the H2O water, that is the, and this is the main reason why this ionic compound is soluble in water. This is the main reason, because the water is already a polar compound, and for that reason then this is the soluble in the water, and this is insoluble in the organic compound or organic solvent. So next step is the what is the ionization in solution. Okay, this is the main characteristic of ionization in solution. Ionization. Okay, what is meant by ionization? You know, after the ionization of NaCl, what happened? After the ionization, I already told that Na plus Cl negative. One species is cation and another species is anion. After the ionization process, so this whole process is called as the ionization. Ionization is the most important phenomenon in which the when the NaCl is dissolved in the particular solvent, that is the water, because it is, I already told it is insoluble in the organic solvent. It is easily soluble in the water. Okay, when the NaCl is dissolved in the ions, see, when like this is the NaCl. Okay, NaCl and plus H2O. Okay, NaCl plus H2O. Okay, this is the solution of the NaCl plus water. This is the solution of the NaCl molten state. Okay, when the NaCl is dissolved in the water, the Na plus and Cl negative is produced. These two species, that is the one species cation and another Cl negative with the chloride ion negative species. Okay, and that is this whole process is called as the ionization process, and this exhibit the NaCl molecule or the ionic compound. So this is the main characteristic of the ionization in solution in case of NaCl, that is the ionic compound. Okay, so next is the non-directional. What is meant by non-directional and what is meant by non-directional? Okay, what is meant by non-directional? Okay, so in this phenomena, that it is the main characteristic of the ionic compound. It is the ionic compound is non-directional. It means that it does not exhibit the isomerism next one is the, and the last characteristic is chemical reactions. So what is the effect of the chemical reaction at the rate of the reaction? In case of solid state, the chemical reaction is very slow, but in case of when the NaCl is dissolved in the particular solvent, the rate increases, and the rate of that particular chemical reaction is very fast. Because in the molten state, the NaCl, when it is in molten state, the chemical reaction is very fast, but in the solid state, the ions cannot move from one place to another place, and that's why the rate of the chemical reaction is the very slow. So this is all the main different characteristic of the ionic compound. The first is the nature, the second one is the boiling point and the melting point. In case of nature, it is always in the solid state. Second is the boiling point and the melting point. What is the effect of boiling point? The boiling point and the melting point is always high in case of ionic compound. Third one is the electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity is high in the molten state than in the solid state. Then the solubility, what is the effect of solubility on the organic compound? On the ionic compound, the solubility is the very high in case of molten state. That is the when it is dissolved in the water, the solubility is increases and it is always soluble in the water. Okay, and it is insoluble in the organic solvent, that is the aniline, polymer, etc. The third one is the fifth one is the ionization in solution. What it exhibits the phenomenon of the ionization in solution. It means that the ionization occurs, that is the NaCl when dissolved in the any water. Okay, when it dissolves in the water, the ions is produced. One is the cation species and another will be anion species. The sixth one is that it is non-direction. It means that it does not exhibit the phenomenon of the isomerism. So it is the non-directional. And last one is the characteristic is the chemical reaction. What is the effect of the chemical reaction? Chemical reaction, the rate of the chemical reaction is always high in case of the molten state, and it is very less in case of the solid state, because